This haunted house is one of my absolute favorite things about The Sims 3, so to even have a fake version in The Sims 4 is something that's really, really exciting for me, and I'm excited to try and build it. So hello YouTube, my name is sezrawrr and welcome to a very exciting Sims 4 build video that is spooky themed. I'm really excited for this video. Today I'm going to be building the Scary Shack from The Sims 3 in The Sims 4. Now the Scary Shack was a season specific thing that you would encounter during the fall festival. It's basically The Sims 3 version of a haunted house, but like a haunted house attraction, not like we have in The Sims 4 where you can make a residential lot of haunted house. This was an attraction that would be at the fall festival and your sim would go in and they'd get spooked and sometimes they'd turn into a ghost and that was a fun time. To show you what I mean, let me chuck up some pictures. So this is the Scary Shack. So it's this iconic yellow building. If you're familiar at all with The Sims 3, I know you'll be familiar with this because this building is iconic. And today I'm going to be trying to recreate it as best I can in The Sims 4 with what we've got in The Sims 4. So specifically, I should mention, I'm not a very good builder in The Sims 4. At least I'm not a confident builder anyway. I don't really know what I'm doing half the time. So I tend to make silly builds on purpose. And this is definitely a silly build when you think about it. I'm making a pretend haunted house in The Sims 4, but I'm really excited for it. This haunted house is one of my absolute favorite things about The Sims 3, so to even have a fake version in The Sims 4 is something that's really, really exciting for me, and I'm excited to try and build it. Straight away, looking at the dimensions of this. So if you kind of look at how the columns and the separation, like the different panels are separated, it kind of looks like it's going to be 4 tiles wide, and then if we have a look at the side, it kind of looks like it's going to be 6 tiles long. So it's going to be 6 by 4 tiles. So let's get started on that. So we were on this little 20 by 15 lot in Newcrest today. This is one of the smallest lots in the game. So I'm going to get started by building the box, the first floor anyway. So we're going to need a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is how big this place is going to be. It's freaking tiny, really. It is so small. So I'm going to then go up a floor, and we're going to do that again. And then I'm going to go up a floor again. And this is where things immediately get interesting because we're specifically having a look at the roof. This building actually has what's called a mansard roof, where you actually have a pretty flat roof, but then you've got the sides of the roof that angle up sharply to meet the flat part of the roof. So in order to be able to do that and create this mansard roof, I'm actually going to create another box, but this one's going to be a 2 by 4 box instead. So we've got a 1 grid tile around each side of this room. I know it looks a little bit freaking weird looking at it from here. Like seriously, that looks really strange, but once I start to do the roofing, it'll make a lot of sense, I promise. So speaking of which, I might even just do that now. So I'm going to be grabbing these half-hipped roofs and I'm going to get started. So we're going to place that on the end there, drag it across, bring it back so it meets the wall that is here. And then we're going to angle it all the way up, as far as we can angle it up to the top there, and then I'm going to repeat the process on all sides. We've got the flat part of the roof here, but then we've got the sharp angled roof as well. It does look a little bit strange though, because on the roof of the Scary Shack, it kind of overhangs a little bit. I'm going to try bringing this out, but I'm not sure. Oh, I feel like that's too far down. That is way too far down. Okay, no worries. It's fine. It's fine. We're not going to be able to do the overhang like it is there. Then we come to the top floor and I actually need to make another little box because I need to make the little tower that we've got on the left-hand side of the roof there. So I'm going to put that little box there. And then we're going to need to put a roof on that. So for that one, I'm just going to grab a hipped roof. Beautiful. Now I'm going to bring it up a bit because this peak on this one is quite pointy. It is also flat, but I'm not sure how I would do a mansard roof on this one tile thing. So I'm going to try extending this one out. See, for the tower, I feel like that looks better, but maybe if I bring the angle down just a little bit. Yes, love that. I feel like that's pretty good so far. We're definitely getting the shape, but the shape is not done yet because if we have a look at the left-hand side of the building, this side here, there's actually a really big chimney. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to try and create a chimney. I've never done this before in The Sims, but I've seen Simmers do it before. So I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to do this. So if we go back to the grid section where we've got essentially 6 tiles here, it looks like this chimney is on the 3rd tile. So I'm going to place it there, and then I'm going to go to the 2nd floor. I'm going to place it again. And when I get to the 3rd floor, this is where things are going to get a bit interesting because the top of the chimney kind of lines up with the bottom of the roof of the tower, but our tower is a little bit funky. I don't think the top of the chimney needs to be all the way up here. So I'm going to go with a half wall. We're going to try a half wall on the top here. And then I'm actually going to go into the roof decorations that we have here. And I'm going to pick a chimney, a kind of brick chimney, I suppose. I don't know. What I think I'm actually going to do for the second is get the roof shingles right because these shingles are not the right shingles. So if we have a good look again, looks kind of like a scalloped roof shingle. So I'm going to go with this maybe in the grey. Yeah, I feel like that's good. Yes, love that. I'm going to come back to the chimney. I want to get like the wallpaper sorted first and then we'll come back to that chimney. I mean, we definitely need like a yellow wooden siding. So I'm going to go into siding and I'm going to filter by yellow. Where, I mean, we do have a weathered yellow that looks like this. I'm not sure it has the right vibes though. See, what if we went with just the normal yellow siding? I don't know what to do here. Oh no, okay. Let me just try this out for a second. For the chimney, we need a red brick. So I'm going to filter out of yellow and I'm going to filter by red. I'm just not sure about this siding. I'm really just not sure about this weathered siding. Let me just bring this one back into it. It's not weathered, but I think I like it better. I feel like it just suits the vibe better. Even though it's not like dirty or weathered or anything, we're just gonna go with it because it's my build and that's what I am deciding to do. Having a look from the front, we do have what appears to be a foundation on this building, but there's no stairs that lead into it. I do think I am going to raise it up and I'm going to get a brick foundation. Yeah, I feel like that is good vibes because then we've got the brick along the bottom like I wanted. So that does mean I'm going to need to get some stairs leading into this. So interesting. I am probably going to just try and mimic the foundation. So we'll get maybe like a red brick stair. Yeah, how do we feel? How do we feel about that? And then they just have like an archway to walk in, which is fine because this is an attraction. It's not actually a residential lot, which speaking of which, I should change this from a residential lot. Thank you, me, for reminding me, because at the moment it's on a residential lot and that's not what I want it to be. I forgot I had a sim living on this particular lot, so I've just had to move them out. I saved the shell. I've moved them out. I should now be able to change this type of place. I think I'm just going to make this one a generic lot because there's no requirements and it's not a residential lot. You can place this as a community lot and just have it be a random little place that you can go and visit. Right, back to the door. So we do have just a basic little archway. So maybe this one, the narrow post and lintel frame in white is what I need for this. Hell yes, fantastic. If we have a look at the right side of the scary shack, so this one right here, we do have the exit door. So I'm going to need another one here. And then I'm going to need stairs again. Beautiful. So now we've got the entrance and the exit to the scary shack. While I'm on this door thing though, I might have a look at the windows. This is going to be interesting because there's a couple of options that immediately spring to mind, but we don't have exactly what we need. So this is the first option right here because it's got like a curved panel. It's got the shutters. It just has a square frame. So it's not exactly right. The other one that springs to mind is this one because again, we've got the curved part. We've got the shutters. It also has a square frame. This one is massive though. Like, let me just bring that up here. That takes up that entire panel. And I'm not sure I want to take up the entire panel because you do kind of need to be able to see the wallpaper underneath everything. So I'm kind of thinking I'll go with this window. Scooch it up a bit so you can still see some of the yellow wallpaper. I think that's what we're gonna do. So let's get all of the windows in place. Beautiful, windows are all sorted. Now, I think I want to get some columns in. I want to get some columns to do the gridding, like the sectioning, how we've got like a section here. It's split into sections. So I'm gonna get columns in to do that. I really just want a basic square column. Do we not have just a basic square column in the base game? Am I really gonna have to go with get together to get a column? That is ridiculous. That is crazy. I feel like this is really coming together, like really coming together, but I am still missing something. I can't believe I have just completely blocked it out of my mind. This scary shack actually has a little dormer right here in the roof panel here. I'm not exactly sure how I'm gonna recreate that is the issue. I can have a look at the roof details and I'll do the finish off the chimney while I'm here and see what dormers they've got. That is not the vibe. That's not the vibe. You know what? It doesn't match. It's too unmatching. I'm not going to do that. What I am going to do is I'm going to grab a little gabled roof. And I'm going to try and do this instead. And then I just need to figure out, oh, while I'm here, there's also one over the door as well. So I'm going to get another gabled roof. That's fine. I just completely forgot about the one over the door as well. Yes, look at that, taking shape, fantastic. I am going to finish this chimney now though, I haven't forgotten, I promise I haven't forgotten. Look at this, look at this. It's not completely done yet though, I do need to do windows for the tower here. They are different windows, they don't have shutters, but I am actually picturing what I think is going to be the perfect window for this hopefully, if I can find it. There it is, this one, the mega window. I think this is going to give perfect vibes. You can't quite see the top of it underneath the roof, but I definitely think it gets the point across. Stoked. The last thing I need to do for windows really is going to be trying to get the windows in here. So this is what I'm thinking, and this is probably going to be a little bit finicky. So just bear with me for a second. Just keep in mind, I'm not a builder. This is probably the best building I've ever done in my entire life. But it's fine. We're just, just keep in mind, not a builder. I'm going to try these windows and try to put two of these windows. The window that's there kind of looks like two of these windows stacked on top of each other. So I'm just going to grab the white one. I am immediately seeing a problem. I'm immediately seeing a problem. I mean, we could stack two, but we're going to need to make this steeper. I think that works. That looks perfect. Oh, I'm stoked. I'm really happy with that. Hell yes. I honestly feel like that's the outside, the basic building of the outside done, but that's not the end of this video. I really want to actually furnish the inside and make this an attraction that your Sims can go in. But the one thing I need to do before I do that, I need to go into debug and I need to see if I can get some like interesting fencing. I want to try and get like the planks that you're seeing on a couple of the windows and do that. Debug, oh, debug is an unforgiving beast though. I am absolutely horrible at navigating debug. So I'm going to go into debug off camera so that you're not sitting there watching me just scroll through debug for freaking ever. So I'll see you in a couple of seconds when I hopefully have all of the debug stuff that I want for the Scary Shack done.
Eventually.
You guys, I went ahead and did like the interior furnishing as well as all the debug stuff. So the Scary Shack is actually complete. I have put my heart and soul into this build and I'm super happy with how it came out. So let's get back into The Sims 4 and I can show you the completed Scary Shack. You guys, here it is. Oh my freaking god, do I just love how this came out. It's definitely not exactly the same as it was in The Sims 3, but you definitely get the vibes, and I'm just really happy with it. So let me come down onto a base level and show you what we've got going on. So out the front, we've got all of the tombstones, the classic tombstones like they had all around the Scary Shack in The Sims 3. I love it. So lining the perimeter, all of the tombstones. I've got some debug landscaping as well as some debug fencing, the planks on the window. I know you're seeing all that. It took me so freaking long to do all this. And then around the side here, we've got some more planks on windows, some more fencing, and some more debug landscaping. Around the back, more planks on windows, more fencing, more debug landscaping. I just really, really love the vibes, but now I'm going to take you inside and show you the decisions that I made to make this scary shack actually interactable for your Sims. So let's go inside and take a look. So I mean, we're at the doorway and you can immediately see we've got a little skelly bear and a little bat bear. Just felt like they were a fun little entryway addition. So we're walking into a very tight little entryway that has some ghosty goos, that has some spiders on the wallpaper in here. I did use a lot of the spooky stuff in here. I also used some paranormal stuff in here as well. But then we take a little turn in through this doorway and we've got a bigger room that has a little dance floor. I do have this speaker on the wall and I have another one upstairs as well that is playing spooky tunes. So hopefully you'll be a boogieing down to some spooky tunes in here. We've got some beautiful jack-o'-lanterns, the cauldron in the corner. I love that little light show, super cute. Ghosty goos on the walls for a different vibe, and then we do have a ladder in the corner that takes you upstairs. So when you get to the top of the ladder, you're greeted by these two spooky portraits, and we've got a bit of a darker ghosty goo vibe, and that's for a good reason, because we've got the freaking seance table from Paranormal in here. I really, really wanted to include this because, yes, this is supposed to be like a spooky attraction and have activities for your Sims to do, and what spookier thing to do in The Sims than have a freaking seance? Like, seriously, terrifying. No, thank you very much. So we do have one more room though, and it is at the front. So again, it's a very small room, and it's almost like you traverse your way through the scary shack. You go past the spooky ghosts in the graves, you go past the Skelebear and the scary bat, you have a little bit of a boogie on the dance floor, you come upstairs, you hold a seance, and what's your reward for getting through all of that? Well, you come into the front room here with all the spiders, you can take a seat on some ghost chairs, and you can grab yourself a treat. That is the reward for getting through this entire freaking scary shack, is a little bit of a treat. One thing I will mention though is the reason I built this on such a small lot, and the reason I haven't done crazy landscaping on the outside, is because I feel like this lot is very easy to integrate into a bigger lot. So say for example you've got like a spooky park or something, it's easy enough to take this tiny little house and plop that into your already existing spooky park or holiday park or whatever park, or just anywhere you want to plop this down, you can. And it's easy to do that, and that's why I didn't do a whole heap of landscaping on the outside, because I figured that you might want to use this as a part of a bigger project. Wink wink, I might also be using this as part of a bigger project, wink wink. The video for that will be coming a little bit later on in spooky season. And one more thing I will just say as well, you guys, when it came to a couple of things with debug and like placing them, things aren't perfect. So please don't roast me for things not being perfect. Like the boards that I've got on the windows, they're not sitting flush against the windows. Oh my god, it's really, really bad on the back. Like that just, they're really not sitting flush against the windows at all. I don't have the tool mod or anything. I know you can do like amazing things with the tool mod, but I don't think I'm anywhere near good enough a builder or near experienced enough a builder to even think about using the tool mod. But I really just wanted to make this look as good when you're looking at the house from the front and when you're looking at the house from its side. I wanted to make it look as good as possible so they're not flush against the house, and that's what I mean. It's not perfect, but it's not really supposed to be perfect. It's just a freaking scary shack, for goodness sake. But please just don't roast me too hard for the imperfections. I am not an experienced builder, but I definitely do think this is one of the best builds that I have ever done. So with that being said, if you would like to place it in your game, if you've got a bigger project that you would like to use it for, you will find it on the gallery. My gallery ID is sezrawrr, the same way that it's spelled here. There's just no plays on the end. So you'll find it under Sims 3 Scary Shack. It does use a few packs. I do use a few debug items. However, the only packs that I feel really are essential to have the Scary Shack be the way that it is here are paranormal stuff, spooky stuff, get together, And I think that's honestly it. I think the rest of the packs here I only use maybe 1 or 2 things from that could easily be substituted. But Get Together, I use some debug stuff from Get Together as well as a couple of other things from Get Together as well. And I use a lot of paranormal stuff and a lot of the spooky stuff as well. So they're the only packs that I feel are really essential. It is also a generic lot type, so you can easily slot this into a park or whatever you want to do. Even if you want to convert it and make it a residential, you can, I suppose. That'd be interesting, but it's an option, so it is a generic lot, really easy to work with. So guys, that is all that I've got for this video of building the Sims 3 Scary Shack in The Sims 4. I hope that you enjoyed it. I had so much fun doing this build, so much fun. If you would like to see more of me, including the other video that's going to be coming a little bit later on this spooky season where I use this Scary Shack once again, hit the subscribe button down below and hit the notification bell next to it to be notified of every time that I upload so that you don't miss out on that video or any of the other spooky season goodness that I've got coming your way. And guys, if you liked this video, let me know by hitting the like button down below and leave me a comment as well. Let me know what you think of the Scary Shack. Did you love the Fall Festival in The Sims 3? But guys, I hope you're having a very spooky day and I will see you in the next video. Bye!